Hello everyone and welcome back to Enshrouded in 2025. This is where we take a look at Enshrouded 1 year after it's been released. And we are at the base, so we have a new house that I built for some of the villagers.
Hello.
So we can talk to them whenever we want. And as far as updates go, that's pretty much it. Same animals, same things. I did happen to build this thing. This is the Pike Mead statue showcase. So let's put this somewhere, and I think this is the front of it. This is actually pretty big, so I'll probably put it in this corner, I guess. And we can switch this around here. You want that left corner to have the spear in it, so that's the front. There we go. This is what it looks like. And we just go up to it and inspect it. Now you have to have the 3 pieces with you. So let's put these pieces in. There's the bottom. There's the body. Here's the arm. And it does unlock the new statue at the carpenter. That's pretty much it. So there you go. That is the completion of that quest. And yeah, we can move it somewhere else if we wanted to. Or we can build a new one. It does take a little bit of copper and some metal plates, so it's not very cheap to do, but not too bad. Alright, so with that done, what we're going to do today is go and tackle the Hollow Halls in Revelwood. So I also have to go and grab a quest. Let's see, let's back out here. We have this Fisher's Tale, and then we have the quests for the Hollow Halls here. We actually have several things in here that we need to take care of. So this is the biggest one, the Ectoplasm Press. And I think we'll get some more stuff while we're in there. The Hollow Halls artifacts is a big one. So there's 3 of these Hollow Halls artifacts. So we'll have to go and find all 3 of those. Right here, 0 out of 3. So we'll have to go find all 3 of those while we're in there. And that's pretty much it. There aren't as many quests for this place as there was for the original one. So let's go ahead and hit up that place. Let's see, let's go over here. I'm gonna just go from this base in the capital that we still have and just run down there. Alright, shouldn't be too far. It's gonna be pretty deep into the Shroud. Let me see, did we get... I think this is a town actually, because there's another town up in here. So this might be the town that we need to go to. Like White Sand or something like that. I forget what it's called. Alright, this is the town, White Wind. I hope to get attacked by something. Oh, flowers. Yeah, we'll just ignore the flowers for now. Oh, it's a boar. Okay. Alright. Looking for some lore in here. Okay, so this is the gate entrance over here. And oh, we get attacked again. This is a nest right here. Yeah, so this is the gate entrance right there, and you walk straight through, past these things here, and towards the docks. The docks is gonna be where the lore is for it. They live below. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for that quest. That's why you would come in here, is just for that piece of information. There is this mound right here. I'm thinking this is probably another chest or something buried. Yep, it is. Another Shroud Time ring. So many of those rings. I'm not really gonna wear those. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna head out of here. Let's see, what's the fastest way out of here? Maybe right here? Can we get over there? It's across the way. Yeah, I'll go and run over there. Alright, we're back at the base, and yeah, I think what we're going to do is go and do the hollow halls now. One thing you want to remember to get is you're going to be your key, because you can't get in there if you don't have a key. And then I would say get some potions, like quite a few potions. That's probably the two biggest things, and of course your normal food and stuff like that, and get your buffs. So I'm going to go and drop all this stuff off, and then I'll see you at the flame shrine down there. It's the same one that we got to a couple of episodes ago. Alright, here's the flame sanctum here. So this is where we are on the map. We're pretty close to the entrance into the Black Mire. We were over here before, and there's going to be the marker on the map for the hollow halls. So we just need to go down to here and then walk up the hill, essentially. That's pretty much how you get there. Very simple. I just wanted to show you in case you were not familiar with this. There actually is a road over here we can follow. So let's jump down, let's go on this road, we'll follow it up. Alright, here's the entrance. So let's go ahead and get some buffs on us. We probably could just use flasks. It should be fine. And I'm gonna wait on that. And I did bring some of the Wisp of Light because there's a lot of dark spots in there. So we'll definitely need to get that as well. Let's open the door. Okay. Yeah, just like the other one, you definitely want to make it through the first room without dying, because there's not any respawn spots until you get past the first room. So it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's in there. Let's read this though. This is from Darius. Curses the flame. Okay. Some more lore. And check the shelves for stuff. Like another Wisp of Light. Yeah. I'll try my best to show you where all the hidden secrets are. I don't do a whole lot of digging though. So if it's like really dug down, I don't know where it would be at. Oh, here a magic guy. Okay, let's look at all these little sarcophaguses. This is what you probably do when I start getting all the sarcophaguses, because there's a lot of good stuff in here. So I don't see anything that's open or closed yet. Yeah, nothing else in here though, unless like this right here, closed sarcophagus. But yeah, you see, you got that Prayer of the Flame scroll, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. Let's go on through. Behind this door, or behind this little spot right here, is going to be another hidden spot. So make sure you grab this one. And nothing too good, just like a little chest though. So, yeah. I think that's it though. Nothing else in here. As you can see, like, there's a lot of dark spots in here, so you definitely want to bring the Wisp, or at the very least get a good torch. Alright, let's get our repairs. This is the first respawn point. I think I missed one of these chests. Okay. You will get a new block too, so definitely want to get the red marble if you want these marble blocks. Like these. So be sure to grab some of those. And yeah, I'm just going to keep looking for open chests. Lots of enemies. Flick down at the end of the hall, there's a 2 on the door. And you can see it's really dark. I'm just going to use one of these wisps. We have plenty of these. Just save me some back and forth. with my hotkeys. So yeah, at the end of the hall there's 2, so we have to get 2 of these ruins. And they're both behind doors, so we'll go hit those up. There's one door right there, the other door is around the corner there. I do want to try to explode some of these guys if I can. These are very slow to open up. So inside here looks like it's a dead end, but it's not. If you look up above us, there is a ruin to grab. As soon as you grab this, it will spawn some enemies below you, so be careful. So let's just try to hit some of these guys from above, especially the magic ones. Alright, so that's the first ruin. So we have 1 left to get. So let's go through this gate. So after this, you're definitely going to need quite a few ectoplasm shards. So I would look for chests, or I would look for any bodies you can loot. You definitely want to loot them, because those ectoplasm shards are going to be needed for the things like the ectoplasm press. There are some places you can mine them up in here too, if you need some more. But I would say you're probably going to need like 150 to 200 at the end. And the shards will also be used inside of the ectoplasm press as well. Okay, so right here I want to show you one quick thing. This is a new thing. This is a spawner. So going forward in a lot of these places that have hollow, you're going to see these spawners. You definitely want to take them out as quick as possible. And here's an example of a place you can go to get the ectoplasm fragments. So once again, you'll probably need quite a few of these. So if you need to spend some time digging these up, I definitely would do that before you leave this place. Alright, that's both of them. So we can now head on out of here and let's go to the next section. So through the door we just opened up, and we'll go to the next room. Alright, this is the next room. There's a lot of enemies down below us, and we're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time in here clearing this place out. So I will show you where to go. Alright, let's try to shoot them from up here, where we're safe. We got our explosive arrows, and there's a spawner down there. Let's see if we can break that. Oh, it's only 1 shot, that's not bad. I'm only seeing 1. Okay, not too bad. The guy with the sides aren't as bad as they were in the first one. So back here, there should be a hidden door. Maybe to the other side. Yeah, it's back over there. So let's get this chest first. And the door is right here. And this is a crystal. This is our first artifact from the hallowed halls. It is a collectible, and the different hallowed halls have different artifacts. And there's a quest for these as well, so you might as well grab them while you're here. Okay, in this room there are two ways you can go. You can go left or right. The door ahead is locked. And typically I go to the right first. Trying to keep an eye out for any spawners. Alright, so we came from up there. I'm going to go to the right. So if you're facing towards the exit. If you look over here, the exit, you're going to see these two, like, locks. So we have to go to the top of these two places and unlock the doors. That's kind of how this place works. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It's a little far away, but they're right above the door. So we'll start with this one. This one does have a repair spot on it. And around these corners is going to be a chest, possibly. Alright, let's go straight through here. There's gonna be another chest over here. There's a bunch of enemies in here. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Sacrilegious steel sword. Okay, that's a higher level one than what we had before. So these are all level 15 base items, so they go up to 18 or up to 20 technically. So I'm not going to use that though. It's a sword. Really, an ideal thing to get would be to get a mace. So if we can get a mace, that'd be great. Like a mace that gives plus damage to the undead, the hollow. Okay, let's go up here. I think this is the spot we need to go to. Yeah, there we go. This is where you repair at since you can't get back up to the top of this room. Alright, let's go around the corner, and then around the next corner is going to be where the door is to get to the next section. There's another door that's locked. I'll go back there in a second. I do want to grab some stuff here, and then let's go out this way. That's the way out, by the locked door, but I do want to go this way. There's a couple of things, like up here. Another chest. And then I believe down here there's going to be another thing we can get. Alright, I'm going to come over here. This is the entrance, so that's where we came in from, was down there. We went that way, so this is the opposite direction. But there's a book. And this book, if we read it, gives us new items. So, Crypt Chandelier just talks about how these things were made. But we do get some new crafting recipes from the Hollow, which is pretty nice. So, this is the reason why you want to grab some of the other things, like the marble and stuff like that. And we'll get more of those later. But yeah, that's where we came in from, right down here to the left. And then we went up that way. So this just makes a big loop. Let's go this way now. And this is the place we need to kill these guys. So I'm gonna try to get a couple of them from range. Alright, door's unlocked. You can really tell just having the earth aura around us. And that extra damage reduction from magic spells when you're surrounded, it really does help quite a bit. So that's why I'm taking so much less damage from these guys as opposed to the guys before that probably would have killed me. So yeah, this tanky build is not too bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and loot some bodies and then I'll head out there. Okay, let's go out here. Through the door we unlocked. Nothing up here, I don't believe. That light is really bright. Okay, so this is one of the locks. So I did unlock the door down there. You can kind of see it. The right side here. So let's go to the other side now. I don't think there's anything up here we need to look at. Let's see. Anything down here? Oh, what is this? Oh, chest, nice. Archer helmet. Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm already full. Okay. Let's see. Anything else over here? Does not look like it. Alright, let's go back to the other side now. Oh, there's a way up here. Look at that. Alright, so this is where we came in. This is the left side now. We're facing the exit. There's something. Yeah, nothing really in here. Let's go through here and through this gate. If you look above us, there will be some hooks that you can cling to, but in order to get access to those, you have to go to the end, and there'll be a way for us to get up to the top. So we need to go up, so we'll check to see if there's any sarcophagus that we can open. And so over here is the hook. So I'm just going to climb up, and then after that we can swing back across to the other side. Thought I saw more bats up here. I guess not. Alright, so this is the button that we press to unlock the door. So that should take care of the door now, so it should be open. Yeah, before we get down to the bottom, I do want to go to this next level. So if there's any chests down here, there might be like a sarcophagus or something. Yeah, there we go. Get a little sarcophagus. So we do get a lot of copper arrows from these chests. So eventually we could make some poison arrows as well. That'd be the way up if you didn't jump down. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's go down to the bottom. So there's another secret passageway down here. Go through this. Oh, somebody's making noises. Okay. Yeah, it's just right in the middle of the room here. There's a guy up there. You know, I'm gonna ignore that guy. There's more guys over here too. There's not really anything over here, I don't believe. Let me just double check. Alright, made it back. I'm gonna grab my stuff, and then I'm gonna move on. I don't really want to walk back like that again. That was too far. Respawn point is like really far back. I believe it's the first one you grab in this hollow halls. And the next respawn point is right here. Alright, so here's a repair spot as well. I think somebody's coming. Okay. Alright, let's go through the door. And I think, let's see, over on this side. Yeah, there's another spot where the crystals are. So this is another crystal. Sparkling dark crystal. So we have the sparkling dark crystal and we have the dark crystal cluster. Those are the two we have now. Alright. Got another chest here. Okay, so let's go to the hallway. I think this is the one with all the plants and the mud and the other ranged hollow. So this hallway you definitely want to fight at range because you will be slowed down and they're going to be hitting you from range. Also try to line of sight them if you can. But I wouldn't go too far up until we've cleared out as many as possible. Alright, made it through. That's a little bit of an annoying spot with all the plants and stuff. And you're constantly being slowed. Okay, let's go through here. And this is a room with ruins in it. It's actually a pretty big room too. So it'll take a little bit of time to get through. But it isn't that difficult, it's just a lot of running around. So we can't see the last door because it's behind a wall, but I think there's something like 12 to 15 ruins in here. And there's little small rooms that branch off that we have to get to as well. Those will also have ruins. We get more flowers below. There's also a lot of rats below too. Let's see if we get the ones on top first, and then we can work our way down. I'll try to speed up a lot of this so it's not too long, because it's a lot of stuff going on in here. I got the chests. I think that's everything up here, so we can work our way down now. so down here there is going to be a room. This is one of the rooms that we need to go into to get one of the ruins. Alright, so that next one we're going to do is probably on the same wall, so the same south side of the wall. I'm going to go up top though and try to get across that way and head towards the southwest corner. Okay, so we got the rooms on this side. So this is the south side of the room. Got the two small rooms below that. Let's go try to get this one in the middle here. Actually, probably we'll just go up to the top and then run across. There's the door up there. Can't see how many we need. Let's just go across to this side. So this is the north side. There's going to be a couple of rooms over here as well. Alright, and then there's going to be a room over to the left. One's going to have a chest and one's going to have the ruin in it. Got a little chest here. Wizard's chests. I'm not going to keep this stuff. This is all 13 gear, and we definitely should have that by now. Yeah, that's pretty much it in here. Let's go over one more. Alright, got level 16, so that's pretty good. And that's the barrier, okay. All of those have been unlocked. Lots of spots where you can dig up some ectoplasm crystals, or shards. So be sure to get that if you need some more. Alright, let's go back out of here. So we have to go to the west side to exit this place. But the way up is going to be, like, over here's a spot we can get up. So that was a total of at least 8 or 10 that we unlocked. And so this is the next respawn spot. So we need to repair, and then we can move on. Alright, let's get on through. So this area right here is just a little bit of fighting, and it's pretty linear. So not much explaining needed. So we'll just push on through. Alright, made it through that area. Not too bad. Let's go in here. Alright, so in here there is a golden chest. And in this chest is a bow. Yeah, it's not a bad bow. but the one we have is an epic bow. So I'll probably stick with that one. Oh yeah, I gotta clear my inventory out. It's getting full again. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it over here. We have this one chest right here, but other than that, I think we have everything on this side. So we have to head back to the other side now and go through that door. Alright, this part's pretty interesting. It's just a slide down here. But there's a place you can get up to while you're going down here. It'll save you some time. So what I typically do is just glide down. You see this grappling spot, you can just go up this one. So this is the correct place to go. If you didn't do this, then you'd be stuck at the bottom. Which is fine. You can always just fight your way up and then climb up the ladder. And then if you missed the grappling hook, this is where you would come up, is right here. Alright, so the next place we have to go is down here. It's another one of those slides, and I would recommend gliding down here too, so you don't fall in the holes. If you fall in the holes, they take you down to the spot where we're just at, and you'd climb back out of that spot and then start all over. Also, when you come down, you want to hang to the left, and if you look up, there is a grappling hook spot up there. So if you come to the left here, there's a chest that we can get to. I'm just going to keep on going to the left, and we're going to jump over a couple of spots, and then the very end of this place is going to be a golden chest. Alright, here's a chest. Let's see what's in it. Then we get another Veil Rift Axe. Not bad. Just clean my inventory out again. So this is a pretty good axe to use. The only problem is that it's more cutting than it is blunt. I do prefer to have blunt damage, especially when fighting the hollow. Alright, so let's go down here, and down here there's going to be another chest. Actually, a couple chests down here. So they're both silver, and I'll just quickly show you where they are. Here's the first one, and inside of it is a snake spine wand. That is a blunt wand, so that's not bad. So the next chest is going to be over here, across the ectoplasm stuff. Alright, that was the other chest, and yeah, we got some enemies here. But those should be the only two that are in this area. So we can work our way out of this place and head towards the door. Alright, that's all the enemies in this area, or at least it should be. So there is one more section we can go to in order to get a hidden item. And it's not this chest, it's a different chest. Put some light on first. Alright, so yeah, around this corner, it's going to be a hidden door. If you're trying to complete the artifact quest, you definitely want to go back here. And through here is one of the crystals. Dark crystal cluster. We actually might have gotten this one already. Yeah, we got 2 of them now. So this is a spot you can go to if you missed the first one. Yeah, the last crystal is going to be in the next section. So we'll get that one very soon. Okay, so now we can go to the respawn point and we can move on to the next section. We're not too far off from completing this. Alright, this is the last section before we get to the boss in these halls. So the biggest thing about this section is that there's going to be that stuff in the middle, the ectoplasm stuff, that will slow you down and drain your stamina and do damage. We want to avoid that and try to avoid fighting anybody around that stuff. And we'll get to the last crystal, which is going to be in this room. Alright, in this room is going to just be his chest, his gold chest in the middle. Maybe we get another silver shot bow. Probably not going to use this one. It's not going to be as good as what we have now, which is a legendary bow. That was pretty good. Got this other chest here, and then other than that, I don't see anything else in this area. So we can probably just move on. So this is where we came from, so we just went straight to this door. Now we have to go to the left and go down there. So we'll fight our way towards the next door. Alright, so in this corner we're going to see another hidden door. So right here, and when you go inside, go down the stairs. And then through the gates we can see that there is another crystal. So this is the large dark crystal, and it is the last one that we needed for the quest. So the quest is not completed, so if you don't want to keep these things, you don't have to. The next part of the quest is going to be to get the other artifacts from the other hollow halls. But yeah, you can make a display case for the crystals if you wanted to. So I will hang on to mine and possibly make one of those later on. Okay, through this door, we're going to have another chest. And this chest is going to be where we get a new block from. This isn't too hard to find. It's just one of the doors on the way to the final section. Alright, and here's the new block. It is the red marble block. If you want to build these, hopefully you've been collecting red marble. So yeah, it is unlocked, and we can craft more of this back at the base. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this section. Let's just head left and work our way towards the next respawn point, which will lead us to the boss. Alright, through this door is the final respawn spot. We did wind up getting 19 of the skulls, which is kind of nice. This will definitely help with the final boss. Alright, let's make sure we get a repair in. Alright, so this is the boss. This boss is a Cyclops, and I'm just going to explain it now before we get up there. So one of the things he does is summon skeletons, so you have to deal with those throughout the fight. And as far as attacks goes, he does a few different variations of attacks where he will summon like a bone weapon, and depending on how far away you are, that's what weapon he's going to be using. It'll be either a really wide swinging weapon, or he'll dual wield and swing really fast at you if you're close to him. Other than that, he will do a stomp, and that stomp will throw you in the air, so you want to be able to avoid that, which you can do by jumping at the right time. But you can avoid a lot of these mechanics if you just stick to his feet. So if you're just underneath him, sticking to his feet, and he'll try to stomp you, just avoid the stomp, which is easy to do. You can dodge roll and get away from it. So it's pretty easy if you do that, which I will show you during the fight. There we go, that's the fight. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and loot him. Inventory's all messed up right now, so let me try to fix that. Yeah, it should be good enough. Okay. So we got a new wand, and we also got the head, the trophy, and we got some bones. So the trophy, the head, we will need for the ectoplasm press. That's part of the crafting recipe. You can also wall mount it too if you wanted to, but I would recommend doing the ectoplasm press first. We also have a chest that we can loot for completing the dungeon. And, oh yeah, that's a good mace. Too bad we didn't have this earlier. This is a blunt weapon that also does 20% more damage to hollow, which is really good. And it's a one-handed mace too, which is really nice. Works with the shield that we have. So this is the ideal weapon that you'd want to have versus these guys. It's unfortunate I didn't get it earlier, but we might be able to use it in the next Hollow Halls. Alright, so this takes us back to the beginning, and that's pretty much it for this place. It's pretty long, lots of open rooms. We'll teleport back to the house, and then we can talk about the dungeon and stuff when we get there. Okay, back at the base. Let's go ahead and turn in the stuff that we just got. Let's go talk to our friend here. We do get the access to the new key, the Nomad Highlands bone key. So we'll make this. I think this is like level 20 or 25. I'm not sure which one this is. But it's a little ways away. We get a new ectoplasm soup recipe. It's not the greatest, so I'm not really going to be using that anytime soon. We also get this. This is the ectoplasm press. So it requires all this stuff, including the Cyclops head. So yeah, be sure to use that Cyclops head on this and not on anything else. Or you can just have to go back into that hollowed halls and take them down again. We also got these things. These are new. These are crypt candles, crypt wall torches, the chandelier they're talking about. So these all came from that book that we read. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Everything else is just stuff that we've already had. So let's go drop down this ectoplasm. Where's it at? Here. It's pretty big. So we can find a spot for this. Be like right here maybe. And yeah, we don't have a whole lot of ectoplasm fragments left. So we have to probably just... There's a couple of them here maybe? Yeah. So I'll have to just make a couple of these. It does make 10, so it makes these ectoplasm. 10 of these. And we'll have to wait for this to complete. Then we can see what this gives us. This will give us some more recipes. Alright, made a batch of this stuff. Ectoplasm. Go ahead and grab this. So we get the ice potion lotion at the collector. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. This is a pretty interesting looking thing though. Eating the bones and then spitting out the stuff. It's pretty interesting looking. I like the animation for that. Alright, so let's go back over here. Talk to them. So we get this new item here. Not too bad. Just 2 ectoplasms. We do have a lot of this stuff though from doing those dungeons. Hollow Halls will give you a ton of those. What does he want? About the collector. Okay, new lore page on the collector. So that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. We did go to the Hollow Halls. We completed that one. We got some more quests. So I think next is going to be the Blackmire. It's going to start off with the Melody here. We do have a way to get in and out of the Blackmire from up here. And there's also a ancient spire as well inside of the Blackmire. So that's the next step. But that's going to be it though for this episode. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all your support. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.